Every product you touch today, your phone, your coffee, your clothes, passed through a system controlled by forces most governments can't even name. So, who's really in charge? We assume governments pull the strings on global trade. We're wrong. The true architects of global supply chains are quieter, faster moving, and far more powerful than any politician. Let's pull back the curtain. In 2021, a single ship, the Ever Given, got stuck in the Suez Canal for 6 days. The result? Over $9 billion in trade halted per day. Toilet paper vanished from shelves in Sydney. Car factories in Germany ground to a halt. A traffic jam in Egypt emptied stores in New Jersey. That one moment exposed a terrifying truth. The global supply chain is the circulatory system of modern civilization, and most of us have no idea how fragile it is. Your insulin, your laptop's microchips, the steel in your building, they're all moving through a web of relationships, contracts, routes, and choke points that didn't exist 50 years ago and could be disrupted tomorrow. Understanding who controls this system isn't academic. It determines which nations stay wealthy, which economies collapse in a crisis, and whether the goods you depend on are there when you need them. So who holds the levers? Shipping giants like Maersk, MSC, and CMG control over 60% of all container shipping capacity. They decide which ports get served, which routes are profitable, and what gets delayed. Their decisions ripple into every grocery store on Earth. Logistics platforms, think Flexport, Amazon Logistics, or Alibaba's Cainiao, now use AI to route goods faster than any customs official can blink. Data is their cargo. Semiconductor choke points tell the deeper story. Taiwan's TSMC manufactures over 90% of the world's most advanced chips. Every smartphone, every fighter jet, every car depends on one island and one company. Governments try to intervene with tariffs, reshoring policies, strategic reserves, but regulations often lag years behind the supply chains they're trying to control. And then there's the most underestimated player of all, you. Consumer demand, amplified by e-commerce and trend cycles, can empty a warehouse in 48 hours and trigger factory orders across 3 continents. Here's the twist that most people miss. No one is in control. Not Maersk, not Beijing, not Washington, not Amazon. What actually governs global supply chains is an emergent system, a living, constantly shifting negotiation between corporate power, geopolitical pressure, consumer behavior, climate events, and algorithmic decision-making happening at machine speed. In 2022, a viral TikTok trend caused a global shortage of feta cheese. In 2023, Houthi attacks in the Red Sea forced hundreds of ships to reroute around Africa, adding 2 weeks and thousands of dollars per shipment. In 2024, a single software update at a port's automated crane system backed up freight across an entire hemisphere. No president ordered those disruptions, no CEO planned them. They emerged from the complexity itself. And that's the most surprising and most important truth. The entity with the most power over global supply chains isn't a country or a company, it's interdependence itself. The system is so tightly woven that tugging any single thread shakes everything. Shipping conglomerates, tech platforms, semiconductor monopolies, governments, and billions of consumers, they all hold a piece of the power. But control? Control is an illusion. What we have is a dynamic, fragile, endlessly shifting balance, and it runs your world. So, who do you think holds the most real power in global supply chains? Drop your take in the comments, and if you want to keep pulling on these threads, subscribe,
because the forces shaping your economy are hiding in plain sight.